Hello everyone, welcome back to the craft space. So, the last time we saw each other, we worked on the German Shepherd, tried to do some art and failed, and lastly we played some Mecha Break, which we will do today as well. Now then, let's see. All right, German Shepherd first. So we're gonna try and finish. All right, let me just switch to the there we go. All right then, so we're gonna try and finish the tail today. We're not gonna work on this one. I'll work on this off stream some other day. I'm just gonna focus on this tail for now, which, if I'm not mistaken, we pretty much finished the tail the last time. So if I'm not mistaken, yes, we got pretty much all of the parts here. So there really isn't that much for me to do. But there is still some stuff here that, there's still some details that need to be fixed with the rest of the body. So the body itself is not completely finished. Not as I thought it was gonna be. But there is like more than enough here to pretty much conclude this. Just gotta figure out a few things and we should be able to go to the next step. Or I could try to just ragdoll this as quickly as I possibly can. Actually, not ragdoll it, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. Other than that, you know what? Let's just start working with some of the layers and get them out of the way while we still can. Which I might actually need to take a look at the images. Okay. Let me see if I'm... Nope, not this one. Oh, no. I could use this, but I don't want to rely too much on this one. Oh my god, the quality of this thing. Oh my god, there's no bend. This... Hold up. Oh wait, you're telling me there's actually no articulation on this thing whatsoever. Other than this, there's no oh my god. This is older than I thought it was. Oh my god, what is this thing? This thing is just abysmal. You know what? I think I got more than enough to work on this, and it'll be what it is. Actually, this is the back leg, so let's just work on this layer for now. We can start making at least some of the claws. Some of the claws? Really? You know what? Sure. I think this could work somewhat. Okay, that's much better. If this were a cat, the claws would be completely different. Heck, I might even actually consider making it in the way it was presented in that image. But I'll be honest, I kind of don't want to rely too much on that one. Actually, if that's the case, Okay, so that's one claw. We can pretty much replicate the same thing here. It's not that much of a big deal. But we still need to work on that very specific joint. This still needs fixing. Alright, so what I'm doing is not gonna make a lot of sense right now, but just let me cook and you'll see. Alright, so we can do that. There we go. Alright, there we go, that's better. Right, so this should be one. Actually, hold up, let me take a good look at that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? I can barely see with that image. I'm just going to assume it's supposed to be 4 and move on with that. No, wrong image again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we're just gonna do it in that specific way. This should work regardless. Okay, let's see if I'm not exactly. So get rid of that, get rid of that. Join and now copy that. Actually, no, we're still missing ones. There we go. Now we can copy it. You know what? Let me just make a guide already. So we're gonna delete that. Trim this. Select this. Join. Select that. Trim here. Now join. And as such, we already know that these ones have already been made. So trim, 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 select, join, trim, join. And delete the excess. I think it's time that we actually move this at least once. There we go. and copy. That's 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, okay. Okay, I might have overdone it this time. Okay, so it's gonna be like that. So that's join. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, wait a minute. I was right. Hold up a minute. This is the middle section. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 6. So not quite. Should be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I see it. Actually, let's do something else here. Pretty sure that this is gonna work just fine. There we go. To there, that to there. Okay, there we go. So this is the middle section of the paw without a claw. These ones are gonna be on separate sections. Alright, this is barely one claw. Barely one. Ow. More or less there. Yeah, the claw's just gonna get in the way. So this is unfortunately the best scenario. This is barely one claw. So let's divide it as so. So we don't need that anymore. Never mind, we did need it. Exactly. Oh, wait a minute. No. Exactly. There we go. Okay, this is starting to get difficult. Perfect. There we go. So that one's done now. That's one. There we go. So this is one claw, this is another claw. So we got two of them. Not sure if I wanted to make it. That's probably a bit too much for the claw. You know what? Nah, it is how it should be. Exactly. And now this is the last remnant. What the? Alright, so not gonna work like that. I'm pretty sure that it should have. Didn't. Trim that and join the whole thing right out the gate. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Oh no. I just noticed what I did, and I shouldn't have done that. This one is not gonna have the claw. Okay, I see what happened here. I see what happened. You know what? I'm not gonna torture myself too much with this. Okay, so that's... There we go, that's that. Should have done this when I had the chance, and I didn't. Oh. Okay then, so that's partially done. Why didn't I thought of this from the very start? Okay. There, that's how we're gonna leave that section for now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the middle. This is one finger paw. This is another finger paw. Here we go. hold up, let me make sure of something. No, so it's that one. So this is the last, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, okay. I see. So this is the last one, actually. Now I'm starting to think the pause might be a bit too big. Then again, probably not, considering what this is gonna be like. So we're gonna get rid of that. And at this point, we don't need this. Oh, nope. No, 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 nope. Okay. Now we can actually get rid of that. Alright, copy that. Let's start by placing it here. Why didn't I thought of that sooner? Slightly there. Actually, no, at that point I can't use that one. It's this one I need. And from this point forward, yeah. Alright then, this is another middle section. I don't know, I'm starting to think this one shouldn't be a claw. You know what, maybe this one shouldn't actually be a claw. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll just make two versions and deal with the consequences later. So from this point forward is mostly just copy paste. So these 4 need to have the claw, which is a very easy fix. this is the point where I start getting scared. Okay, so there are... Alright, everything is as it should be then. Perfect. So we have no problems here. Copy paste. And there we go. This is as it should be. Hold up. Oh my god, not now. So this is probably as it should be. So there we go. Perfect. So we're gonna repeat that at least 2 more times. This is the metal, this one. That's 2. Oh, okay, I see what happened. Okay, I see what happened here. Easy fix. This is a very easy fix. So that's gonna be 1, this is gonna be 2. I'm gonna do the same back here. Okay. So this is gonna be slightly different, but it's still the same process. Oh, whoops. Hold up. Right there. Perfect. Now this is one claw, this is another claw. So we're pretty much set with this paw specifically. There we go. We just need copy and paste that one there. And this is pretty much done at this point. Get rid of that. There you go. This is one paw. And we are gonna do this for the rest of the body. This is the way I do things here. This is how we're gonna do it. This is one paw. And from this point, it's just duplicate everything we have here. And here's the best part. Since both paws for the back and front legs are exactly the same, so we can just copy and paste this and then just switch it from layer to layer. So basically, since we have this, we have both of them. We don't have to do anything more than this. And we can start getting rid of stuff that we don't actually need. And before I forget, let's make an extra layer where we can just dump all of the trash. Okay, so how much do we have here? Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, 24, 56. Sorry, my math is not mathing today and I'm kinda tired myself. But we already got one. So, how are we gonna distribute it here? That's what we need to figure out later as well. Alright, so... Actually... You know what? Yeah, I think I was... Oh no, I was wrong. I was wrong. Okay, you know what? Let's just... Nah. We're gonna keep this one here for now. Let's just focus on the rest of the body because there's still much to be done. I wonder. Wait a minute. Oh, come on. Please tell me that at least this has some articulation. Actually, I could probably tell if... Oh no, I think it doesn't. Since it's not... I can't even see it right here. I'm starting to think this doesn't. Wait a minute. What's that? Are those two other weapons on its back? Honestly, it looks more like it's thrusters more than anything. And here's the thing, if these are supposed to be weapons, they are not in the best position for this to work. I think this is more like thrusters more than anything, and this is probably another thruster as well. Alright, so I have this one like so. You know what? I'm tempted to try and make this. And technically we can. We actually can do it. It's gonna be a little bit more work. No. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's the wrong selection. Frick. Which was it? It's not this one. And is it this? No, it is not. Dang, I forgot which one it was. That's a curved ellipse. Nope. Nope. You know what? It's Great, we'll just use this one instead. Okay, so it's got 8 size. You know what? Sure. Do it again. Change this to 6. And just trim one of them. And there we go. We got one. So, how we're gonna do this? Very simple. Okay, I see a little bit of problem as well. Yeah, this kinda... Okay, let's do something here. Gonna do it like so. Hold up. No, this one has to be a mirror. There we go. That's a mirror. That's another mirror. And these last two are gonna be slightly different. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Okay, no extra lines here. Perfect. Okay, so these two here gonna be slightly, actually not necessarily. I can just move it like so. There we go. That's much better. Then again, this is actually the wrong tooth. So we're gonna move this one slightly there. Much better. Perfect, right about there. Obviously we need to move this more to the front. That looks like it's enough. Okay then. We can leave this one as is. Okay, I'm starting to see something. This is more reminiscent of a wolf, not so much a German Shepherd, unless I'm mistaken. Okay, yeah, this is actually not showing me what I want to see. Ah. You know what? Sure. Let's go with that instead. But I do wonder. You know what? Sure, we're just gonna go with this. This is a mech. It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, what the heck? There we go. Beautiful part about this. Copy and paste. This one. Oh. Forgot this one's supposed to be slightly. Okay. No, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. And there we go. You can just move this slightly there. Slightly there. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. I'm starting to rethink things. There may be a way to change certain parts, but I'm just gonna end up complicating myself more than I need to. Okay. Let's see something. So that's pretty much there. Let me take a look at something else here. Okay, that was probably not supposed to happen, but it did. Okay. So that's more or less like so. You know what? Let's finish this leg first, because we already have that much. What? Huh? No. No, don't tell me I selected the wrong part. Oh wait, no, this actually is the correct part. Okay, I see what happened. I see what happened here. No, that's not it. Okay, let's just select both. Exactly. There we go. Okay, that's not what should have happened. Delete that. Exactly. There we go. This is exactly what I want to see. Hold up. That's not exactly what I wanted. Okay, looks like I made much more mistakes than I thought. We can still change this. Okay, so the paw's done. This is slightly done, but this is not what I wanted. I was not aiming to eliminate all of it. Alright, just get rid of that. There. There we go. Now this is working as it should be. To which now I'm starting to understand I made another mistake here, which is gonna force me to change this as well. If I'm right. Oh, I was right. Okay. Problem solved. Okay, why is it doing that? No, that's... What the hell? Okay, that is not what I was looking for. There we go. What? Okay, I don't know what happened, but this is what we were looking for from the beginning. So this is supposed to work regardless of whatever happens now. Or I could make one last change. Nah, it's best if we don't. Yeah, it's best if we don't push our luck. This is already too much. And I have the suspicion that this is not gonna rotate as much as I actually wanted it to. So So from this point forward, let's see. Maybe if no. You know what? Sure, like we could sand it down a little bit. You know what? We can just cut this and I'll deal with the rest later. My mind is just not cooperating today. Internals. External. Okay, so we're more or less set here. Except for this one specific spot. Hold up. If I make this somewhat... No. It's still gonna be a bit of a mismatch. This is still gonna be a mismatch no matter what I try to do. So I may as well just try to minimize the damage. Somewhere like so, perhaps? This is still such a tiny joint. The chances of this working is very slim. And there's a pretty good chance that the cricket just cuts right through this section here. Alright, distance from there to there, 0 inches. Okay, so this is less than a 16. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this. Unfortunate. Which means that this circle is no longer what applies. No longer applies. That's very unfortunate. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Oh, it's still okay. Alright, so this as it should be. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Much better. As for the joint, see. 0 inches. Okay, so 1/8. Oh, this is bad. Okay. 1 millimeter. It's even less than a millimeter. Slightly more than half a millimeter. Okay, like I'm still gonna cut this with a Dremel regardless, so I can just take the risk of doing it up to this point. Certain parts. Okay. This isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but this is still gonna take a little bit of a time. Alright, at least we got this one's done. So I'm just gonna start making some I'm just gonna start organizing this as... Oh, you're no way. Okay. That scared me for a little bit. Alright, so this is how it's gonna have to stay. Okay, you know what? Hold up. Hold up. Give me 1 minute. I should be right back. Also, welcome, Mira. Okay, I'm finally back. Alright, let me clear up a little bit more space here. Alright, there. Alright then, we're back. I have not eaten in a little bit and I'm just too starved. So I'm just gonna eat and work on this because that's how I've always done things. And that's how it's gonna be. So I hope you've all brought some snack or something. Lay back and enjoy the show. So we can just add potentially 6 might be overdoing it. But I think this is 6 might actually be overdoing it a little bit. Let's just leave it at 5. For this one specifically. This is not going to be a really big build, but still, it's somewhat of a big build. So we're just gonna right there. You know what? Copy paste. We don't need to do too much here. There we go. And Control S before anything else happens. There's gonna be the outside of the leg. There's gonna be the inside. This one needs to have slightly more parts. Just to make everything else work. And we cannot forget this specific part here either. What the? Oh, that's right. That was never made. There we go. Now I can just get rid of that, and this is as it should be. Let's just move the lower leg over there. Move this slightly like so. 2 and 3. Rotate like so. Move S. There we go. Starting to wonder if, you know what? Yeah, sure. Delete that. Copy here. Get rid of 1, get rid of 2. Slightly there. All right. Quote unquote. That's probably not gonna work the way I want it to, but I can try. Okay. Use this as a guide. That's the lowest point of this piece. But I have this sneaking suspicion that, yeah, it's already gone above what I try to do. So it's kind of a no-go. Can still try. You know what? Sure. I think this works fine. This works fine. I'm not gonna torture myself too much. Believe it or not, this is actually the easiest part. Just rinse, repeat. Alright, Control S. Alright then. Actually, hold up. Could I potentially get this a little bit more? There's a good chance that I can. There's a pretty good chance that I can. But I think it's best if I leave it like so. I hate this weather. It's still such an ass to deal with. go. Okay, nice. Ugh. Alright, we have this set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 26. You know what? I am adding that extra one after all. Move there. There we go. That should work. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, so that was 20. Okay, so this here is 20. If I had the duplicates for this, that's 26. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Actually, wait a minute. I think this is a bit too much. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 36. Okay. So I got 20 right here. If I duplicate this, it's 26. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Hold up. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So by copying those 4. Okay. And let me make sure. Of course it wouldn't let me. So let's just move this over here. It doesn't matter where. Exactly. Okay, so there we go. Exactly. There's was a slight mismatch. That was an accident. I did not mean to copy that. Move slightly there. Move slightly there. Just slightly. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Twelve, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Alright, so this is how we're gonna do it. But it's still... Alright, let's try one other thing. Hold up. This might actually be it. Nope. This is actually gonna take even more space. Alright. So let's leave a little bit more space there. Nah. Oh. Alright, there. We don't need this much. Alright, let's start working on the next segment. So these legs are actually going to end up going lower than what I originally intended. And it's duly because of this particular section here, unfortunately. It is what it is, but I just really want this to work. And it is going to work. It's that simple. I think this is fine for this one specifically. Okay, maybe a little bit more. That should be enough. We can actually... Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, slight deviation. But this still works. This still works. I don't understand how there was an extra one there, but here's what it is. Just gonna rotate as this should be there. We can avoid problems later on. This needs to be slightly bigger. There we go. This one has to be slightly smaller. And this right here is a problem. That's a problem. Two choices. I ignore this square entirely. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to ignore that square. Okay. Wait a minute. I could probably add a section for... Nah. I'm actually gonna have to rework at this. Unfortunate. But it is what it is. It's gonna have to be done. And one way or another, I need to make this work. Slightly there. You know what? Let's just go. Oh, no, not that circle. Alright then. Okay, chamfer edge? Yeah, I believe it's chamfer. Nope. Chamfer. No, not edge. Oh. Okay, that's oh, that's why. 0.4 was it? No, okay, fill it. 0.08. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do it. Chamfer 0.08, and we should have a similar reason. Oh, what? 0.08. No, this is not chamfer. 0.08. That's much better. but I wanna try 0.01 instead. Oh, okay, so that's all that did. What? Oh, my mistake. It's 0.1. Not 100% convinced. I think that's enough. Alright, there we go. Alright. This should work. Correction. Will work. Join. That's perfectly fine. Alright, nothing is going down or up. So we are still good. Control S. And we've actually done some decent work. For now at least. So what we did here, we're gonna do with this as well. And this joint is gonna be this one right here. So just lower the legs, this connects there, and we should still have a decent amount of mobility despite the change. Actually, hold up a minute. Okay, I think this actually okay, so it's gonna be slightly different than this one, but it's the same principle. Copy that there, and from this point forward we make the change. There we go. We can get rid of that. We don't need this anymore. Alright, scale, copy this one, just the one time. Oof, I think we got it. There we go. Now that I think about it, yeah, I think this is. I'm not too sure this time. Alright, let me save it, and I'm gonna take another break. I need to do something real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. Okay, that was painful. My stomach has not been cooperating with me at all today. Alright, so we were over here. Yeah, this is the last thing we were working on. So just join that. Okay, so we got something here. Not what I originally wanted. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Nope. This is exactly what I want. This right here.